Hey dweebs, Brooke here, and today I'm talking about the 10 worst things in the world. Number 1. People who watch the movie but don't read the book. Why? I can't even... If I already read the book, I have to read it a second time before I go and watch the movie, because I need the information to be fresh in my head. How can you go to a movie based off of a book if you know nothing about the book? Number 2, Facebook. It's not so much the website I hate, so much as I hate the people. The posts they make, the awful grammatical errors, the links they share. People use hashtags on Facebook now. I mean, why? 3, I really hate texting. It ends up becoming texting for the sake of texting until you're talking about nothing. And I hate it when you give this really big thought out response to something and the person replies with something like okay or LOL or haha. Excuse what? Why are we even talking? Number 4, the way people act about sports. You'd swear that if a person's favorite football team loses, it's the end of the world. I can't comprehend why it is that people get so angry about sports. And it's not even like just professional sports. I've been to high school football games where people stand up and yell at the football players. First of all, it's not going to make a difference. They're not going to listen to you. Second of all, it's a high school football game. You're freaking 40 years old. Why are you here? And why are you yelling at teenage kids to play football better? It's just a game. Number 5, exercising. It is definitely one of the worst things in the universe. I sometimes work out. When I say sometimes, I mean very rarely. Number 6, eating healthy. The reason this is one of the worst things in the universe is because, first of all, it can be really expensive. Second of all, a lot of healthy food does not taste good. Third of all, it's like it's expected of you. And fourth of all, when you're around people who eat healthy and you eat something that's not healthy, the look on their face is just pure disgust. And people in my family, people that I consider my friends, eat nothing if it's not organic, if it doesn't come from the fucking earth itself. And when I say I like McDonald's chicken nuggets, they're like, you do realize you're eating dog food, blah blah blah. I don't give a shit. It tastes good. Fuck off. Number 7. I always have a problem with counting to 7 on my fingers. I don't know why. Number 7 is when your favorite fictional character dies. Don't even get me started on Mockingjay. Don't get me started on the Maze Runner. Just... Number 8 is when animals die in movies. What is the point? I could honestly sit through 6 hours of people just dying for no reason, and I would walk out of that movie theater with no tears. If you kill off a dog, or a cat, or a bird, or a horse, if it's an animal and you kill it, my heart breaks. And it makes me feel very inhuman, because I don't usually cry at movies where people die, but when the animals die, it's just like emotional breakdown. Number 9 is horror movies. Now, I personally love horror movies because I love to be scared and I love the whole idea of being in a suspenseful situation, but then all of a sudden 20 minutes into the movie, it stops being scary because all you can think about is how that would never happen in real life. If you move into a house and it's haunted, you're probably not gonna stay there. If your husband decides that he's going to go to work and leave you in the haunted house by yourself with your infant child, you're not going to stay there. If your group decides that they're going to split up and go 7 different directions into the woods, you're probably gonna go back to the fucking car. I hope. Number 10, and definitely, this is the worst, number 1 worst thing in the universe, oh my god, is when people use the wrong version of a word. I'm talking Y-O-U-R versus Y-O-U''re. I'm talking T-H-E-Y''re versus T-H-E-R-E versus T-H-E-I-R, and I hope I spell all those right. I understand if you're like 12 years old and you haven't been in a decent English class yet, but if you're 20 years old and you're tweeting the wrong version of your and you don't even realize it, I can't even tell you how many times I have almost unfollowed celebrities on social media just because they use the wrong version of your. And maybe it's just because I'm this weird English obsessed grammar junkie, but when people do that, it sets like explosions off in my brain, and I just sit there in shock, and that's really all I have for this video, guys. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about grammar. Follow me on all of my social media, links to which will be down below, and until then, see you later, dweebs.